Alright, so it is 12:28 in the morning on April 5th, and before I get into writing for the day, I need to stop and do some research. Before I get into that, I've made another cup of chocolate milk instead of coffee because I've grown as a person, and a bagel for some snacks. I also need to take my cough medicine because I'm tired of coughing all the time. And I need to eventually go to bed and not wake Kinney up every 2 minutes from coughing. But I need to stop and write down some stuff that ranchers need to do around the farm. I already know of a lot of the activities because I do live on a farm, but I don't live on a cattle farm. And by the time I was born, we didn't even have horses or pigs anymore. So I do need to look into it. Sorry, Wes is looking for a toy to destroy. So before I get into writing it, I do need to research a little bit so that way I can be as accurate as I can be while not knowing a rancher personally. So I'm gonna go ahead and start there, and I'll get back to you eventually. It is currently 12:59 in the morning on April 7th, but we're going to go ahead and talk about the 5th and 6th before I get into doing anything for the 7th. Again, I still don't feel good. I'm still sick to some degree. I don't have like a runny nose. I'm not sneezing a lot. My throat doesn't really hurt. I'm mostly just coughing. That's pretty much it. Today I had my mom buy a cough suppressant at the store so that I don't have to keep taking cold and cough medicine because all of those have pain relievers in them, and I'm actually not supposed to take pain relievers because of my anxiety meds, because that doubles as a pain medication. So I had her get a cough suppressant, and that's sort of working, but I'm still coughing a little bit more than I would like to while on said cough suppressant, but you know, working with what I got. But despite the fact that it's really just the cough, I just haven't felt good. I haven't felt good in a while. In addition to chronic pain, I have headaches every single day. If I'm near like the desktop for too long, I get migraines, and sometimes noise can trigger a migraine, sometimes a certain smell can trigger one, and it's just kind of something I deal with because I'll be quite honest with you, my doctor doesn't really have much concern for any of the issues that I have. That's where we're at. So I deal with it. It is what it is. And I would hate to try and make a doctor's appointment with Willie here anyway. On the 5th, I was going to do research for the dino book, but I ended up not doing that. I wrote a whopping 8 words before I got to the part where I was going to do research, and then I got distracted looking at animals that need help on Craigslist, and then I got distracted looking at animals that need help on Pet Finder, and then I got distracted looking at the form that I need to fill out and the fundraising I need to do in order to pay for that form and all of that, and then I fell asleep and I slept on and off until like 3 p.m. So that was my day on the 5th. On the 6th, I also slept in pretty late. And before I went to sleep, I didn't really do any writing. I just watched a movie and then Resident Evil on Netflix. And before I took my shower last night on the 6th, I wrote 110 words in Truths and Chains. And that's all I did. I'm still on the Elias scene. That's what I'm working on right here. You can see my count up there. 30,068 words. I know it says 69, but the 9th word is actually this, which I used to keep track of how many words I had written at the end of the last chapter. So at the moment, that's all that I have. I'm hoping that today, here on the 7th, is a good day for me and the dogs. Willie has been really, really, really bad with his separation anxiety. Every single time I leave the room, he starts complaining, and if I don't stop what I'm doing and bring him with me or come back immediately, he barks and whines and jumps around to the point that he eventually can't breathe. And then he launches himself into a coughing fit, and if we're lucky, he doesn't pass out or faint. But if I'm not lucky, he does. And I can't just let him run around the house with me because of Nala and Drake, because they're puppies and they want to play with him, and he's 12 years old and they are bigger than him. They both weigh well over they both weigh well over twice as much as he does, and if they jump on him wrong, they could break his back or break a leg or flat out kill him, and it wouldn't be their fault. They wouldn't be trying to do that, but it's why he can't just come with me wherever I go. So I'm hoping that today is an okay day for him. He's currently asleep. I'm hoping that today is an okay day for Weston, where he doesn't regurgitate or throw up stomach bile in the morning. I'm hoping the same for Kenny, where he doesn't get sick in the morning, because sometimes he does. It happens like once every week or two, where he just randomly throws up stomach bile in the morning, even though I make sure that he doesn't eat more than 12 hours apart. He just sometimes gets sick. And I hope that Nala's not a total asshole today. I hope that Drake's not a total asshole today. And I hope that my headache's not horrible, and that I don't sleep all day, and I just hope that I can get up and accomplish something. In addition to writing, I have a lot of client stuff to do. I have 3 books, I think, that I'm editing for clients. I have a client format that I'm doing a paperback, hardcover, and ebook for, and I have a client format that I'm doing 2 ebooks for, and that's all stuff that I need to do. Those are jobs that help pay for Willie's meds, and a lot of times I'm not able to even do them when I want to because of the man in question. And that adds a lot of stress to my life, and a lot of stress to my attempts to sleep, and a lot of stress to my attempts to write. And I do what I can. I do what I can to manage my babies. I do what I can to manage my career and my sanctuary and my business and my writing and my illness and all of that. But some days it gets to be a lot, and some days writing just takes a total backseat. Actually, the fact that I've written 6 days in a row so far this month is the most I've written in a row in quite some time. A lot of times, all of my other things have taken priority over writing, and I don't even open a book for like 2 weeks. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm going to do my best to write every single day here in April, because that's one of the biggest points of NaNoWRIMO, is writing every single day, no matter how much it is. And that's something I want to eventually be able to get back into. But we'll see how that goes this month and go from there. But for now, because I'm not tired, I am going to see what I can accomplish in Truths and Chains and go from there. And then I will hopefully update you one more time before I go to bed. But sorry for rambling for so long. Who knows how much of this I'll edit out. Yeah, I'll see you with an update eventually. It is 2:06 in the morning. I didn't accomplish much. I wrote 180 words in Truths and Chains, and that's it. I did finally eventually get it to turn back on, but my keyboard just straight up wasn't working when I first started trying to work, and that's to be expected. I can't charge it anymore. I haven't been able to charge it for months, and I've just been doing my best to only keep it on precisely when I'm writing, and turning it off if I leave the room or anything, and hoping that that keeps it alive for as long as I can, because once it's gone, I can't buy a new one just yet, and it also messes with my writing and my client edits and stuff like that. But the ruler of my life, that one, would like outside, so I'm gonna go put him outside, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth and lay down and go to bed, so that way little dude doesn't have to keep moving every time that I cough or shift. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I might do some more writing today, I might not, depends on how things go. Things are just slow. Sometimes it's because of the book, sometimes it's just because of what's going on in my mind as I'm sitting here, and I think it's more so that than the book today. I told you in the first video in this that I was looking to get transport for a chinchilla that was living in a travel cage, and I secured that transport, but I didn't get the fundraising for it. But even without taking that into account, I was also completely ghosted by the owner of that chinchilla, and am still being ghosted by the owner of that chinchilla, and that's just pretty much all I can think about. Because chinchillas can live for upwards of 20 years, and she's only a year old, and she deserves so much better. And it's that and all of the other animals on Craigslist and the special needs section on Pet Finder and in classifieds and everywhere. It's all I can think about. And some days it gets to me more than others. I think that that's probably going to be all that I write today, but if for some reason I end up writing more, I will let you know. Popping in quick to say I still don't feel good. My coughing has been even worse as of late, despite the fact that I'm taking more cough suppressant. But it's currently the 9th, talking about the 8th here because I feel more comfortable filming at night when I am the only one awake. I worked on client stuff yesterday. I was doing some paperback formatting, waiting for feedback there before I can move on to hardcover formatting and then ebook formatting. But at the end of the day, I wrote 192 words in Truths and Chains. Still stuck on the Elias scene, still moving on from there, but I'm currently at 30,440 words in Truths and Chains, so that is something, is what it is. I'm going to do a little bit of writing here now on the 9th. It's 2:41 in the morning. I'm going to take some more cough suppressant stuff and then probably go to bed. But depending on if I actually accomplish anything, I will either see you with an update before I go to bed or with an update tomorrow morning. So I'll see you at some point with an update on how things went here on April 9th.